Bonjour, bienvenue. Tous mes copains, je jouais au foot dans le Emirates.
Yes, Del Boy.
Avec mes copains.
Yes.
Mange tout.
Salut.
Hello. Salut, d'accord, bof.
Très bien.
Yeah? Très bien. What else?
Croissant.
Snails.
Pain au chocolat. All of that.
Beret.
Baguette. All of that.
Ousmane Dembele.
Yeah, all of that.
Oh, Bossman Dembele.
Quatre menois. 4 minutes. Anyway, welcome back. This isn't DR Le DR.
Le DR Sport.
This is in case you thought you turned on to Eurosport or something. This is actually DR Sport. So smash that like button, get your comments in. Right, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Myself, AGT, avec Abi Sommer, Flick, Don Robert. Oh, what's going on, man? You good,
man?
Yeah, come on.
Good.
We'd love to see it.
Le
Don.
Munch too. All right, smash that like button, as I said, because today we're talking about PSG shocking Arsenal. Talking about Tottenham Hotspur against the famous Bodo Glimt.
Don't sleep
tonight.
Bodo.
And of course, the big one in the Basque Country tonight. Bilbao, Guggenheim Museum versus Flex Manchester United
Before you look,
team.
Man, I mean, maybe could be coming in here next week. You're speaking Spanish.
Could be. That's fine for me.
Spanish intro.
I've got that.
Or where's Bodo Glimt from again?
Norway.
Have
some respect.
Norwegian.
Yeah, come on. So much good stuff to come up on the show. We've got an unreal show for you today. But first of all, we must tell you about our sponsors today.
Go on then.
FanFest. Just me.
FanFest.
FanFest. Right? It's a new loyalty platform that brings fans together and rewards you just for doing what you already love, to be honest. There's no hassle about it. You jump on, you get on board, and it's good fun. Whether it's dropping a prediction before kickoff, which we all do on the show, or tuning into a live show from your favourite creators. FanFest has got you covered. I did a show the other day. You did one the other day.
I did.
I checked
good
it
fun.
out.
Yeah.
You had a lot of engagement.
Done
in the
two now
chat as well.
Yeah, it's good.
It's very good fun. You've done one as well. Very good. Fan communities for all your favourite teams to keep you engaged with your club and your rivals. Robbie himself, once again, 2 o'clock on Monday. A very opportunist chance to cook him potentially. So do jump on 2 p.m.
all over by
right
then.
after this show on the Monday. So make sure to jump on and chat with him. You can win weekly and monthly prizes just for engaging with the content. We're talking free streaming subscriptions. Always handy on a European match day. Socios fan tokens, but most importantly, match day tickets, right? So don't wait around. Hit that link below. Scan that QR code to sign up. Just pick your club and start participating so you can jump on the leaderboard and get those rewards. We will see you there 2 p.m. on Monday. Right, first of all, we must. I believe there was a big game in North London.
You wouldn't know it from that
N5. Straight in there. On Tuesday night. Arsenal 0, PSG 1. Dembele, early goal, 4 minutes. Keeps the crowd humbled, right? But could it have been more, Flex? Barcola missing the sitter. Ramos toe punts it onto the crossbar late on. Martinelli and Trossard missed their chances as well. Marino offside by half a body, potentially. We'll come to you first. You're at the game. Talk to us about everything from start to finish. What you thought of the tifo, the early goal, the missed chances, the lack of atmosphere I'm hearing as well. Lee Bridges was definitely not happy with you, was he?
That's a load of rubbish about atmosphere, by the way. The atmosphere was great in the stadium. Even when we went down, the atmosphere was great. I don't understand that. I do agree with Abby on the tifo, man. When I saw that thing go up, man, I was like, yo, is that it?
Talk to me about that dead tifo,
like
please.
FC25.
No, went on clip art, word art, here's a
Literally,
candidate.
I'm printing it out.
You hold your hands up. And the funny thing is that there's a fan group wanted to do a big tifo and had raised a load of money for it, apparently. And the club said to them no.
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that, though. Someone showed, I don't know if it was Kenya or Seth that showed it to me a couple of weeks ago, and that tifo was dead as well. But like that.
No. That tifo that I saw there, it looked all right.
No,
right?
it can't have been this
it's because tifos have to be, you know what I mean?
Signed
you have
off.
to have some sort of theme to it or something.
Well, we
like
had
that,
one
right?
up against Leon. It had
But
I reckon we'll
make
have
it happen.
Had loads of ex-players holding up European trophies and that, so they probably thought,
we'll probably have
what's
a
our
good
inspo
one.
on this?
Just put the logo on. Just do the logo. Just do the logo.
Honestly,
we ain't got anything else.
Honestly, we told this tifo, which has been done by the club, right? When I saw that thing go up, I go, is that it? I said to the guy next to me,
Say it.
Even you said, say it.
no, seriously.
All set.
What's that?
I mean
It
that.
wasn't even hanging properly. You see,
It was lean off, Bridget.
But when I looked at it, I said,
So big.
Lina.
To me, that's not a tifo. That's just a banner. That was so bad.
I mean, honestly, if you thought that or a bit of North London forever was going to intimidate them, come
when they were going mad, tops off 45 minutes
Literally.
before. Man. Flares.
They said, "What's that?"
Well, we used to. Right, we actually did a video about that. It's coming out right with Lee yesterday. Right, he's still very angry.
He was angry, mate.
And I agree.
That.
I agree with him on this one. And I'm not. We was actually saying, I'm not sure if you guys will be in agreement with this as well. When you go away to these grounds in Europe, you put on the top tier of any ground. With the other day in Real Madrid, great atmosphere. But if you're in the main thing, you ain't going to hear Arsenal fans because we're right at the top, behind double netting, and that's every ground. It's the same at Inter Milan, the same everywhere, and it'd be the same for you in Bilbao. It's the same for you when you went. The same
they ain't putting you lower by the quarter.
Right? No. And then when
not these lot though.
When fans come from abroad here, we give them the lower tier.
You touch the grass.
You can bring your drums in. The other night when they scored, they got flares going. I'm like, yo, when I went to Girona the other day, they had a bin full of phone chargers.
That happened to us
where they
when we
confiscated
went
it off of every single fan.
Can't even have your phone.
Why is it? We've got to stop this. We've got to start. Tottenham, you make them come lower tier behind the goal. We do it.
It's an English thing.
It's right. We give them the best seat.
Now, to me,
well,
you're giving it
right on the pitch.
Yeah, but there's a flip side to, because you got to think of it this way. When it's in the Premier League now, and you're going Newcastle, you go, no, man.
That's the only ground.
Why am I up there?
No, but,
Yeah.
I mean, but really, what you're supposed to actually do is away fans are supposed to have a decent.
That's the only
allocation.
ground, and they reckon it's for safety reasons or something. And I think that's bad as well.
Lower.
But but every other ground, they are told in the Premier League that you got to have the fans lower tier or as near to the bottom
they're
as
travelling
possible.
far. Yeah, I think
because
that's
they
right,
want
though.
them to be
I
part.
agree.
But I think that's right.
So why are we like PSG? They got two drum. Arsenal go abroad as well. One time I spoke to one of those guys who goes with their thing. He said they wouldn't let him bring the drum in. I heard that when we played PSV, they weren't going to let the guys bring the drum in. They said none of us are coming in then. I would have said, no, stay outside.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
need a
yeah,
little bit of,
turn
instead of
outside
asking
there.
for shin pads and for you man to bring your boots, you should just ask for a bit of legislation.
We got to stop
from your decision making.
Bring your boots.
Allow that drum.
I want to see us stop
bring
this,
the
man. So
boots.
put them up a tier behind netting, like
And
what
your
happens to us.
It's a
The
good point.
steep- Every single game.
Do you know what?
Like the
But
tifo was
PSG don't do
shocking.
that to you though. You'll be lower. You're down
Yeah.
low.
I've
been there.
But you still be behind like double netting.
Yeah, but that's
Respect.
a European
All of
thing.
that.
When I
Honestly,
went
it's
young
not-
boys, it's just
Well, we should do-
bars.
That's
I mean,
a European
Girona.
thing.
When I went to Girona, they put you in this post that you can't see nothing. Like,
Girona's, it's like 900.
You went there,
I
and
was
it's
there, yeah.
shocking.
I was behind the bench though.
But anyway, on the game, listen, it got off to a bad start, and we could have scored. They could have scored. When Barcola missed that chance, I thought to myself,
Started praying.
I think we could still go through it.
Then when Ramos missed the next one, you probably thought.
Yeah, because you know what, they should have scored that. And if it's 2-0, we're out. At 1-0, we still got a chance.
Yeah.
But
Definitely, yeah.
they dominated the midfield basically. Dominated the midfield, and
That's what they did to us.
I thought the first half an hour of the game,
You look terrible.
they were brilliant. They were all over us.
Scored.
But then we came back into the game. I didn't want half time to come because we were
Yeah.
playing really, really well. We were creating chances. Then in the second half, I thought, yes, we got the goal. Why they took so long? They've got the goal line.
What was it? 5 minutes?
Semi-automated.
I don't. Is
Shouldn't take
there
that
a
long.
reason
Should
why?
not
Because
take
when
that
you're in
long.
the stadium, you don't even know what's going on.
Just
5
thinking long.
seconds that should take.
Why did it
Not 5
take so
minutes.
I don't know because you
Because I saw it back and it was an obvious.
It was
Yeah,
it was
as soon as I could see it,
obvious.
like, he's
It was
obviously
obviously offside, but I think from where I was watching it in the studio, like from that angle, you couldn't see if he was.
I thought he was on from the angle.
there was
From
loads
that
of players.
angle, yeah, because
Well.
there was loads you couldn't actually see.
right.
So but I don't know why with a semi-automated it took so
they've
long.
got semi-automated.
Because
I saw the one last
once
night.
you then
Just a little
obviously.
Toenail, man. That
Toenail
one was
fire.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that one was
But
mad.
I didn't feel like that was that close the other night. But obviously, from the initial angle that you saw on the TV, it looked close. But actually,
very
it wasn't
close. It wasn't
close.
close,
It wasn't
yeah.
close at all.
But not to long it out, yeah. They dominated the game. They were the better team on the night. They could probably have had 2, right? But they haven't. And we ain't out of it yet, right? So
Partey to
everybody,
come back as well.
you're not speaking your French accents and all this and that.
Oui, oui.
It's not over yet.
Bien sûr.
It's not over yet.
not
This
over
is
yet.
Like so.
I fear it's not over yet because you mentioned
It should have been over.
PSG
It
should have buried
been.
them,
You
and they didn't.
you mentioned the fact that when they obviously that they hit by the missed chances whatever, and for me sitting there watching it like it's like a sliding doors thing, right? Because that's happened in loads of our games in big games like that, for example, in Europe, but. that is a sliding doors thing because it's only one, and that game should have been out of sight, out of mind. I can sleep easy. I don't need to worry about it anymore.
No, you're still
but I'm still worried because of those missed chances, and you're not going to play as badly as you did or be less up for it, which I still don't understand why you look like you weren't up for it.
We were up for it, but I just felt the balance
first half an hour.
without Partey there. The problem is, we got schooled.
You just got schooled. That first 25 minutes.
Yeah, they were brilliant.
They taught you a
brilliant.
footballing lesson.
And I think without Partey there, I mean, their first goal, Dembele's run straight down the middle of the park. I've not seen that at all for 3 seasons, let alone. And the thing is, there was no Partey, and then even what makes it worse is that normally when Partey's out, Jorginho comes in, and he's done well when he's come in. He's out as well with like broken ribs. So it just, I think Declan Rice forgot that he's supposed to be there.
But he didn't even have the first half an hour, yes, 25 minutes. I've never seen Timber that engaged before. Kvaratskhelia
had it.
The way how PSG were so happy to take the ball under pressure, happy to take the ball in 1v1s. As soon as they turn it over, they're pressing you.
Yeah.
So I think I do actually think, so high.
And they do it very quick.
Very quickly. That first 25 minutes is like the boxer. That the first couple rounds, they've been a couple 10-8, you go,
You've been on the floor once.
Everywhere.
That's a brilliant analogy.
I was seeing Mendes up front a bit, Hakimi was coming in from the right-hand side, he's coming central, then Dembele's dropping. The Arsenal players went, Ross.
They were bamboozled.
Didn't know what to do. And to be fair, you did well to make sure that it weren't 2-0 in that period, because David Raya makes a massive save from doing, and that would have been 2-0 then. Then, like you said, you grew into the game, but I just think that I thought Arsenal were going to win that 3-1. I was like, nah, at the Emirates.
Remember, I said a close 2-1.
I thought he ain't losing. And
I said
big respect to PSG. But Partey not being there and getting that stupid yellow card against Real Madrid.
We said it at the time.
You could just see, those things don't normally happen when he's there. They don't normally happen.
PSG will have a plan though for when he does
They will,
come back.
exactly. It's not like he's back, so like you'll just be all right. But all of that, when Arsenal fans were saying, to be fair, we'll beat them 2-0 in league thing, man. Yeah.
Not me though.
Yeah.
Not me, right?
Laurie was saying that. Yeah.
Not me, because I've
said
seen
that's
them.
a different PSG.
Turkish
not
said 4-1, didn't he?
Yeah, not me. I was walking to the game. I said it on one of our channels. I was walking to the game, and a guy asked me, "So, what do you reckon? What do you reckon, Rob?" And I go, I go a tight 2-1 to us. He goes, no, what? Like the man's vexing me. 2-1. No, we smashed these lot, man. I said,
Do you know what I think it
is?
I
go, they beat Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool were top of the group thing, right? They took apart. I saw their game. I've watched all their games since we played them, right? They're good. Very good. I go, it's going to be a tight game, bro. He's good. This is.
Have you got even more respect for him now you've seen him in person as well?
Yeah, because they're very, they do, that boxing analogy thing you said, so perfect, right? Because it's almost like they just came out and then boom, right?
You know what you turned to?
We were there like,
did he hit me?
Yeah.
Which one of them hit?
We were there like this, like, in the
Got no teeth left, mate.
They're all
gone.
like this and that, right?
You didn't know what to do.
I was going walking forward.
Yeah, but then you get to around.
Where do your shin pad go?
You know what I mean? And you've got your lips,
your
you know, in
socks?
boxing, you've got your lips bleeding, they've got a cut
Mouth
above your
guard on the
eye.
floor.
But then now, you come out now and you start to have a few good rounds and you start to say, actually, well up, boy. Right? And then you start to come back into it and then you just kind of hang it. And, I think a lot of people are saying Arteta should have went for it more later on. I think that he was kind of looking at it and thinking, let's stay in this.
Keep it.
I think you were out of ideas towards the end. Like, kept going long. It looked like there was a clear emphasis on saying, listen, they're pressing. Let's go long, try play off the
trying
seconds.
to beat their press.
One thing that did annoy me in the game, the only thing, right, I'll say, right, not making excuses, that referee.
I can't lie, he was
He didn't allow any physical, because if you're playing against a team like that, you need a little bit of physicality, right? He didn't allow nothing. That time when Saka beat Mendes, he won.
It wasn't a foul.
He's running in on goal.
Mendes is falling over.
He wasn't even. It was the
linesman,
for the corner.
Donnarumma just fell over. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, you know what I mean? Hopefully you get a better referee in the next game.
Can I say one thing though?
They ain't done.
Mars Lewis Skelly, man.
Yeah, different.
Wicked you.
Put him
Physical
in
as well.
midfield.
But even if they don't put him in
midfield,
that's an all-timer. That was brilliant.
Absolutely.
Yeah, brilliant.
That's
You know what was funny when you go,
That's
well,
gotta
when
be
have you
top five.
seen him play like he left back before he come here?
He's got a point though.
This is true.
And you know, right? I'm interviewing him, right? And I'm thinking, I just thought it's normal. That's a normal question.
He
just went from 1 to 100, like
The veins, man.
Everything.
that's
got to be.
I nearly dropped the mic, man. I was
Was there spit coming as well?
No, there's no spit.
Frothing.
I was like, yo.
He was brilliant.
Where'd that come from?
That's
But
got to be
Lewis
top
Skelly,
five.
yeah.
Top 5 best days.
No, sorry to cut you, right?
Yeah.
And
Go
the funny
straight
thing
in
is,
at
right,
number
five.
he said to me
To
he came
not
out
move
late, right, because he normally comes a little earlier. He said he came out late because he's in a bad mood, right, after the game.
I was just sitting there looking at it.
Imagine
Kicking the
if
floor,
he'd been on earlier,
Yeah.
bro. He might have hit me or
Oh,
something.
It was close to. And do you know what? I have to admit, I agree with you about the fans here, because when they came in, no tops on. You know, I can't buy a bottle of water with a lid on.
No,
But these men can bring in 4 drums, 10 drumsticks, flares.
Sorry.
They had the
What's
drums,
going on?
bro. They had
I can't
the
buy a
drums.
bottle of water with a lid on.
Onto the metal, yeah.
Big up.
Come on, man.
Extra
This
support. You don't need to hold it, mate.
I just would like to give like really special shout out to someone. Okay.
Lewis Skelly.
No expressions.
Oh my God.
That
Mum's
level.
with the ultras, man.
That's Everton level
That
stuff.
level of trolling,
Yeah.
you can
That's
just
Everton.
only commit. I just
What
love
if it
it.
backfires?
No, not if you lose. You
No,
gotta
not
wait.
if you lose. But
I don't think he's
still,
thinking about that at the
that's- do you
minute.
know,
But it
the
worked for that
level-
round, for that leg.
Oh, it worked.
He's got to
It
go
was
to
1-0.
Paris
He's
now.
got to go to
He's
Paris.
gotta go to Paris.
Hex
Will X
must
see it
go
through.
to Paris.
You must jump on a
You must.
Eurostar
You
and
must,
get
you
amongst
must,
the
you must.
ultras in the second leg.
That killed
Yeah.
me. Absolutely killed me.
But
Wow.
but Lewis Skelly though, man, he looks like someone who's been playing for years. He has this thing. It kind of annoys me, but at the end I always clap. Yeah, he's like, "How are you winning these fouls like this, bro?" He keeps leaving his leg, puts his back there,
Smart.
and his thing, and he can't get the ball off him. And he played 2 wicked reverse balls. One for Trossard,
Yeah.
put him in, and one for Martinelli,
great
put
save,
him in.
Mike.
Great save
Inverting.
from Donnarumma, that.
I thought
Quality.
at first I was like,
Quality.
oh, Trossard, you should have buried that. I don't think he did much wrong.
He plays it
No,
across the
great
keeper.
save, wasn't it?
Donnarumma deserves respect
Yeah.
as well because people think like he's quite suspect. I don't know.
And you know
why
the
that
funny
is.
thing is, in the
Big
first game
moments.
when we played him, Donnarumma was suspect,
2 mistakes.
but he played very well. Listen, but great game. It ain't over yet. I'm looking at both games. Like even the game,
Need to score first.
even the game last night. I mean, like it's not so like you just
not
looking
over
and
yet.
thinking.
So you're looking at even in the final, if you get the, oh mate, if you have
don't
to
know.
play either Barca or Inter,
Yeah,
Goals galore, mate.
but Inter, I was watching that game. I was like,
good.
they were brilliant going forward, but the defense was all over the place. I
Yeah,
was
but
like,
same with Barcelona.
they got no defense, Barcelona.
Yeah.
They're just all out attack.
Exactly.
Coming
I
like a
think
sieve.
actually of the 4 teams left, when you look at the 4, PSG do look the best.
They look the
out
most
of the 4
well-rounded,
at
yeah.
the moment. They look
Balance.
the most.
And PSG showed that as well. Remember I was saying after Villa that they showed a bit of resiliency to come out of that. They also
Yeah.
showed that they can defend properly and be a little bit more resolute.
Villa missed some sitters, though.
They did. That's what I'm
That
saying. But
Konza header.
because they came out of that, that does
Oh,
something
yeah,
to you.
it does
It's like,
something.
But I want Arsenal to do what the women did, right? Because I went to, when Arsenal women played Lyon, right? I went to that game, yeah? And Lyon's women's team, by the way, they're like the equivalent of like a Real Madrid when it
Yeah.
comes to... I went to that game, right? And I remember I came out of the game with my daughter and I said, yo, we lost 2-1. And I said to her, I said, listen, man, we ain't going to Lyon and turning it. They're they're better than us. It was the same thing how quick they were. And then the second leg, once they got that first goal, I think because nerves and everything's going to come
Yeah,
into
it
play and
plays.
stuff like that.
It
So
plays.
I'm hopeful. Listen, it ain't over, but it's definitely over. If they play like that, we're in trouble.
And this time next week, people, we will have all the reaction. Will you be here on the show next week? Just because if you do lose and you're not here, the people will say, do you know what I mean?
Oh, you
I
don't
actually-
realise
Get
Laura.
the excuses.
No,
early.
but hold on. But
Don't
just
wear that,
so the
Laurie,
people
come on.
know.
reasons, not the excuses, get the reasons.
Oh, let him speak.
Well, I'm going to Paris and I won't be back in time.
It's only-
we'll have to do a video. or
Only
something
2
like
hours
that.
on the train.
Huh? Yeah,
only-
but it depends what time your train is. My train's not until the evening.
Ah.
And that's not. And by the way, right, I was trying to get
Big
back
up
early
Priscilla.
because I've got to go to Kenya, right? So,
Oh, yeah.
but I couldn't get an earlier train. You are lucky to get one.
Well,
So you know.
who are we wheeling out then next?
Yeah, who's
No,
going to do it?
if you want to video me in, I'll be here.
Okay.
All right, well, you heard it here first, people. He's not running if they lose.
don't
Because
run,
as he
man.
said, the
I
tie's
can't
not
run
over.
here. Listen,
can't run.
Can I run?
No.
People will find me anywhere.
run nowhere.
I'm on every platform.
I've
man.
seen you
If
running
people
up a
find
hill.
me, they find me on the road. Like, bro, listen, I feel I get more stick. When Arsenal lose, I feel I get more stick than the players.
can't stand
It's like I'm playing. Right, I can't run. I will get it.
Nowhere
Like,
for you to
I'll get
hide.
the whole summer.
You lot go out.
Who do we want, though, if they
Every
lose?
gun
Who do
is
we
around
want
it.
to be wheeled out?
Oh,
Oh, well.
Who's our choice?
Is Cess going with you?
Cecil will be with me, yeah.
Who have we got left?
You want it to be someone who kind of deserves.
I would have picked Cecil.
I want Lee will be with you, won't he?
Lee will be with us.
Who's not going that we can wheel out? Thor out.
Laurie going.
Laurie's not going, no.
It'll be Laurie.
I want someone.
Give it
Let us know you want. Wait, we're supposed to win though.
Yeah, no, none of you are
then
coming
it's
on.
the same thing.
I might make it back in time.
Hold the video chat.
All of a sudden, there was a year. I just
He's on the
early one.
private
I
line with the fellas.
got an 07:30.
Charles de Gaulle, mate. Right, super chat time. That tie is not over, but we will have the reaction next week. Ben a gamer. Remember when Liverpool lost to PSG? Alex had to endure the longest hold that. Do you remember?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah? Ever. It's now
over,
Robbie's
you can do
turn.
it after.
But I'm saving the
No,
hold
it
that.
is.
Can't do it yet.
No, I'm not doing it. No, I'm saving the hold that.
full
till
stage.
next
Let's
week.
just not go too
Just
hard.
wait.
Touch some
I
wood.
remember that.
Yeah, that was
You held your breath for a long time, you know.
This is him. Yeah, because in the quarterfinals it'll be us. So
Yeah, because that's right. Because if you remember
I
rightly,
was talking about booking
well done,
hotels
Flex.
in Munich.
Well done,
the
Flex.
reason we did it.
The reason why you got so much
because Villa will have us,
you
so-
just basically
But it's
brushed them aside.
that.
Yeah,
But I said after that, I didn't
No,
want
you-
Villa. I didn't want that.
And this is him. Of course, second legs Anfield.
You did say that.
yeah.
did.
So you deserved it
No,
at the time.
Listen, I'm a
irrelevant
Premier League
to this
champion.
chat.
Right
Now we're talking about Champions League.
Europe. We're talking about Europe.
Yeah,
It's
no.
about Europe.
If you want any.
Everyone is still in Europe.
Cashley Cole gets in touch. Bonjour, Robbie.
Bonjour.
You pussy. Nice of you to let the club use your duvet as the tifo.
That's so good.
That's out.
That's
of
a good
order.
one, man. You know what,
good
right?
chat.
Big up
Even though you
Cashley.
called me a pussy, I'll big up for that.
It's all about the timing on that one. No comma as well.
No punctuation whatsoever.
The Don must have forgotten his shin pads and boots. Big up to expressions for galvanising the PSG Ultras in. So when he got to the door, he just jumps in the car and leaves with the PSG shirt on because they're all going in the game. What did he do when they all went in? See you later, lads.
I
Au
don't
revoir.
know, but I'll
Make
tell
sure
you
that
what,
backfire.
that is elite level of trolling.
Elite
It really
level.
is. If it works.
That went super viral. That. Big him up, man.
It's so funny.
That was from Oluwafemi. Big up to you. Asna, better deliver. The Vatican made sacrifices, said medical bunker. There was a minute of silence before the game as well.
And in the game last night.
Oluwafemi says the Don sacrificed the Pope just for Dembele to score the winner and Saka to be rattled, yet told man like Stu to behave when he said Dembele.
No, I didn't say
Over Saka.
listen.
You get me?
But Saka still had an all right game. And as I said, that time he was robbed of an opportunity. Man's in on
That's
goal.
never a foul, by the way.
It's disgusting.
Do you know what? These refs, right? They're
No,
so
serious,
soft
man.
In Europe. So
You don't even
soft.
see Saka doesn't normally lose his
No, he
cool
was
and he
vexed,
just
yeah.
wallop the ball away.
was
Because
like,
I was
F off,
like,
man.
yeah,
To
like
hold
that's
a yellow
not-
for that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it is a yellow. You can't do that, but I can fully see why. You didn't touch him.
You know when you get yellows after retaliating at the ref for a shocking mistake? If the ref did his job, that yellow never stands.
course.
So I'm with Saka on that one. Mendes,
you know, you can't do
he knew
that.
exactly
That's-
what he was doing, but I don't care. Congrats, Asna, for the worst tifo ever equals joke club, says Sebastian. Question for the Don. Is Ty really that deluded or is it just an act?
No, he's worse than what you see on camera. I tell people that all the time. Come and spend the day with him, man, and you'd be like, what?
That was Chandler.
You lot know him.
Yeah, I know, of course.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Dembele, I wonder if he's wearing like short. He doesn't wear shorts, does he?
He must
It's
be
always
baking today.
tracksuits.
Must be
Arsenal
so hot.
tracksuit. Hot day. What is it? 20.
It's 29 today.
29.
29 today.
No.
Yeah.
29.
Honestly, if he's got that puffer jacket on,
Do you know what? Liverpool's always like 5 degrees behind, so yeah, 29. That's mad.
28.
Dembele had to shut up the critics last night, says Juno. Odegaard is still feeling pain on that ankle. And speaking of Martin Odegaard, introducing to you our FanFest hot takes of the week, right? The platform that rewards real fans like you. Yeah, make sure you sign up now. We've previewed, we've reviewed the game. Now it's time for the FanFest statement, Abby. And what a statement this is. Funnily enough, I actually tweeted this yesterday. And the statement is, Odegaard should not be Arsenal captain. I think it should be Declan Rice. But you don't agree with me, Rob.
He's a good captain. What's wrong with him being the captain? Because he's had some bad games, right? That guy never... I had this with some Arsenal fans the other day, right? Oh, Odegaard, this, Odegaard. Listen, he's having a bad time of it, right? He's player of the year last year and the year before for Arsenal, yeah? You don't just dump a man like that. He never hides. He never hides, this guy, right? And how does people know? It's easy to say make this guy captain, make that guy captain, because maybe he looks more like a captain. But we don't know behind the scenes. I remember one time, it was when Granit Xhaka was captain, right? And I said to someone at Arsenal, I go, Granit Xhaka? I go, yeah, man. He goes, yeah,
Good
Robbie.
captain, man.
He goes, Robbie, listen. In that dressing room, the guy's almost like the manager. He's like, I go, Xhaka though, but he said, I'm telling you. And then once he kind of got his form, you saw his leadership. Even though he'd been stripped of the captaincy that time, and you saw his leadership. He's also the captain of Switzerland as well. By the way, Martin Odegaard, also the captain of his country.
Yeah, but they never do anything.
They've got guys like Haaland. They could easily make him the captain. He's the big name. He's the big player. But why have they chosen Odegaard? There must be a reason. And we don't always see it. Not every captain's run round like, come on! Yeah!
Not every
captain's like that.
He gives it the old...
So, fans.
Yeah. So put that tifo down. Get it down.
Yeah, people will moan about that when it's not going well. They were moaning about that last year or the year before. To me, I'm cool with him being captain. I just wanted to find his form.
Is there an argument?
Tell me that. If you're moaning about his form, fair enough.
Is there an
if you're saying that maybe he should be dropped, fair enough. He's not on form. He was awful
if he's
the
dropped,
other night.
He ain't captain, is he?
No,
but you can be dropped. You're still the captain.
I listened to Kenya. I listened to Kenya's fan cam after the game, and
shout out Kenya.
Shout out Kenya. She's always doing the best fan cams.
Trust.
I think there is an argument that maybe he doesn't always show up in the big games or in the big moments, right?
This season, but he has in previous seasons.
But hold on, one sec. So, for example,
wait a minute.
Hold on, wait a minute. Like,
wait a minute.
For example, the other night, right, where he's not offering anything, and I understand the predicament of like taking him off or something, but at like 65, 70 odd minutes, like for me, that's an obvious choice. That then give Wanyeri a shout, like put him on.
Fair enough.
Not 85. So, is it because he's captain that he's then is he undroppable, even though he's having
because he's come off in a lot of games this season. So because he's not been playing well, so he's come off in a lot of games, and we see a lot of captains of clubs. Captains don't even start games in some clubs. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that's. Sorry.
Tottenham had Hugo Lloris. He got dropped for a bit, didn't he? As captain.
No.
Fair enough.
Well, I remember.
Just made up.
Just really made that up.
I think it's like it's easy. It's like Bruno Fernandes, right? Everybody like last season, strip him of the captaincy, get rid of him. This that.
Well, no.
Then you see him. Some
silly people in the media.
Yeah, not you. No, it weren't you.
That has a brain. So.
But there's a lot of fans, right? But you've seen him step up this season. Now all of a sudden, look,
people like AGT was saying
Bruno carries the fight. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Said that in the past.
So to me, no. I've. If you're talking about him. His form and how he's playing, should he be dropped? That's a different argument. Taking the captaincy away, I have no problem with him being captain. I think he leads.
Who should be the captain?
He leads from the front.
Because I've seen it happen at my team. Obviously, like we ain't done anything. We've been poor, but in terms of just the enigma that is the captain, I've seen it happen at my team. If a player, like it happens with Bruno, that famous 7-0, he wanted to quit. I tell you what, he's a disgrace. I'm going first. That didn't happen. And first of all, you lot don't really he does everything. You know what I mean? I think at Arsenal, you'd be a little bit more comfortable because I think that Declan Rice is somebody who doesn't need the armband to lead. For me, like when I look at it, I don't think he needs that stamp of approval to get extra out of Declan Rice. The guy does everything.
Did you see what he said in his little huddle? They caught it up, lip reader, and you can see it clearly. He says, "If we lose the ball, we die."
Yeah, he did.
Declan Rice said that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So. There's leaders. There's
we lost the ball and
Gabriel Magalhaes.
Everyone dead, yeah.
Gabriel Magalhaes doesn't need that armband off Odegaard to show he's a big man in the dressing room.
Yeah.
Big man in the team.
Captains all over the pitch.
So because Arsenal have that, I think it's what they need to be focusing on is actually forget stripping him of the captaincy and all that is. How are we going to get this guy doing what he's meant to do? Because last time I checked what his job description is, he ain't doing it. He's supposed to create. He's supposed to score. Assist. He's supposed to be the orchestrator. He's supposed to be the conductor. He's supposed to make things happen.
Yeah.
So firstly, yes, so if you're not doing that, how can you be the captain? But the first root cause of the thing is, bro, you're not doing your job. You're not doing your job. So yeah, do your job. So for me, I'm comfortable with the fact that he's a captain. That's whatever, cool. But right now, this season especially, what's going on? Because it's almost looking like Declan Rice is better further forward. What's going on with Wanyeri in the 10? Can he play as a right 10? Whatever. Marino was bought as that when you get the striker. He drops back into there.
I didn't think he was bad.
So I'm looking at it more as if like, well, Odegaard actually, what What's the future going to hold for you if Arsenal need to improve in this
what
area?
What are you contributing?
Yeah, right. So he's got more to worry about than just the captaincy.
Absolutely.
He needs to worry about like being the guy he's meant to be.
Captain, please. Who have you got?
Leave it as it is for now.
Leave Odegaard.
Yeah.
I would agree. I would say leave it as it is. But I do agree with you that I think Rice or a Gabriel probably has that more of like a captain.
And it's just known
aura.
within the group. You can see it.
See, I would pick 3 captains before Odegaard. I'd go Rice, Gabriel, Saka, then Odegaard.
But you don't know. What is a good captain?
Yeah, but maybe I don't know. That's
because
just
it
my
is
opinion.
a captain, right, is on the pitch, number one.
Don't know if Saka would.
But then there's
Saka
off the
for me.
pitch
He
stuff
wore
as
it
well.
the other night.
Do you know that?
Odegaard went off.
Isn't it? Isn't a captain, if you speak to a lot of ex-players, they say a
What they
captain
do
does a
around
lot
the
of jobs
ground,
around the training
Sort of
ground.
tickets
the link
thing.
between the squad, how you communicate
Yeah.
between the squad and the manager, to be
Exactly.
able to go and fill that gap.
And those are the things we don't see sometimes. And that's why sometimes when you speak to people who are around it, they'll say, nah, he's the leader. It's like even with us, right, as people, we know there's some people who are natural leaders, organisers, and there's other people, they're great guys, but you wouldn't let them lead something.
Why are you
like
looking
that.
at me?
I'm not looking at you. Expressions is a great guy, yeah? Expressions is a great guy. He wouldn't be my guy getting to lead something. And I'm just being honest.
What do you mean? Why
What do
not?
you mean?
No,
Lead
listen. Expressions is a great guy. Expressions is a... Listen, no. This is not digging. Expressions is a great guy. Expressions is an extremely talented guy. But I wouldn't say to Expressions, you're going to be the leader of this.
He's gonna repeat that. He's gonna be watching this going, nah, I
But
see
is
you
this
on
true?
there, fam, telling
Yeah.
me how
Because-
I can't lead, fam.
listen,
You
because-
couldn't lead nothing, fam. What did you lead, fam? I can see, bro.
Come on,
Be
dog
Right?
fam.
careful, because
For
he's gonna be
starters,
ready
right?
for you now.
come back.
For starters,
You should have
right?
said this.
He'd be like Aubameyang because he'd be late every single time. Yeah, so straight away,
true,
you
that's
know what I
true.
mean? That's how those little things.
You got to see him
I
tomorrow
know-
for best of enemies.
Well, I'll tell him. He's always late.
Don't worry, I'll be coming.
He's
to
always
you.
late.
I'm sure this will be clipped up.
Right.
You know when they say, put that in the change
Would I
room?
let KG lead?
Expressions, that's your
I
show,
did KG
Prem.
be bare jokes and that, right? So I don't know if
No, but I had an argument with him. Not argument, but we
see.
No. But in support of him, because we were talking about.
Maybe he could.
We were talking
yeah,
about
maybe
this
he could.
game today, but
He's
he was
shameless
just like,
captain.
yeah, listen, we're gonna beat that. And Owen was like, listen, we don't normally score away from home like that. Win, but he was like, listen, I can lead, I can galvanize people. You see what he did? You see?
Yeah,
the
no,
marches?
actually, yeah.
Reel him up. Man was on top of a bus stop, yeah, orchestrating the whole crew march to the embassy. Wasn't supposed to be doing it. Just there on a megaphone. He has this ability to make people go,
No,
right,
but
we're walking this way.
Expressions has that ability as well. But I'm just saying, right? I say when it comes to the organisational part now,
I hear that.
I know that,
I hear that.
right?
You hear that?
Get to organise the defence.
All right.
And if I know he's going to cuss me, right? But,
Oh, he's gonna absolutely.
So that was our FanFest statement. Odegaard should not be
Exceptional
Arsenal
phrase.
captain. Let us know what your opinion is to that one.
like to,
Barca, just quickly, Barca 3-3, one of the great
game.
Champions League games
brilliant.
in recent
Wicked
times. Dumfries, with 2
Dumfries.
goals. It is Dumfries, isn't
Dumfries,
it?
yeah.
dumb fries.
I mean, it's the Dutch way of saying it, isn't it? Dumfries with 2 goals and an assist. But we must about Lamine Yamal, because I don't know if you remember,
insane.
you know when Messi he scored a hat-trick in the El Clasico 2007. I remember watching that,
No,
right,
giving it that.
and going, oh shit, this guy's not it's not just
Not a
hype.
pretender, yeah.
This guy has been consistent now for some years, and I mean he's probably already had that minute at that moment. He's already won the Euros
was his
and got
100th game.
scored in the final. That was his 100th game. And are we witnessing
100 games
greatness?
at 17 for
Are we
Barcelona.
witnessing
Mental.
Are
greatness?
you all right? Are you all right? Made his
Yeah.
debut at 50. Like, are we?
Same.
I don't think we're really taking in like
The level.
the level. Like, he's 17 and he's made 100 appearances for Barca, but not just like come off the bench, little kid on their back.
guy,
Obviously, Rafinha's doing a mad like Barca got a lot going on. By him, Joe,
Last
really,
night.
is
last
is
night.
he better than Messi at 17? When Messi was 17 and
it's
16
like-
respectively.
You must say
I'm just
respectively.
asking the question because sometimes what we do also do is we see the new thing
And overhype
and
and
forget. But you can't overhype him, Mark, because
Messi's
this
still
is like
playing.
this is real. Like what we're seeing. So he's the real deal. But in terms of if we think back, maybe we've got to dig up the videos and really look. What was Messi doing at 16 and 17? Was he doing this? Was he doing this for
Kind of.
club and country at
May-
16 and
maybe
17?
at 18, 19.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like at 16,
Mars,
17,
man.
that was when Ronaldinho was like, there's this kid, wait till you see him vibe.
Yeah.
I don't feel it was this.
And I think
What's the chat saying on that?
playing
There's
in
a
a
lot of
better
people
team.
who
Chat
watch
saying
it.
at 17, yes, he is.
He's better
Some
than
are
him,
saying
innit?
nowhere near Messi.
Right.
Messi
best
was
player in the world
incredible.
right now. Yeah, he is better at 17, but Messi
17, I
will
don't
still
remember
have a
Messi
better
doing
career.
The
this.
thing is, I don't think at this point, like,
Scored in the final of Euros
That's
as
what I'm
well.
saying.
Goal as
he's
well,
stepped
by
up
the way.
in massive games as
Already.
well. I mean, also the quality is just
Yeah, the
ridiculous.
assists.
But the thing is, like, why do we always have to compare and be like, oh, is he the next Messi? He could just be the next Lamine Yamal. Like,
Yeah, but when football, there's
right
there's
wing
just
at
a
Real
handed
Madrid.
over.
I
off
know,
the back
but
of
the, but like the,
one, not like
but
the-
there will be the next generation of that. There'll be the next Messi.
Yeah, but
and
he looks
Ronaldo.
like he could
He's-
actually be that.
He 100%.
Like he could be the next Messi.
He could just be. The
It looks like
Yamal.
if anyone was gonna like begin that, you see the Vinicius thing. Obviously, he's like 24 now, 25 maybe. It doesn't feel like he's gonna be the next Messi, but he's gonna have a great career. Probably win a
Ansu
Ballon
Fati
d'Or.
was supposed to be the next one. Got the number 10.
Do you know what I mean? But
Having
with
said
what
that-
he's
having
got
said
the
that,
means doing, you're
how
like,
old-
cross.
How old was Mbappe though? He was doing.
Yeah, true.
He was
he
doing
was like
madness at
18
them
at
age as
Monaco,
well.
doing
Yeah,
the
yeah.
madness, ripping it up.
He was doing the madness
But I
as well.
still feel like no. Didn't Mbappe win the World Cup at 18?
I mean, Mbappe
Yeah.
was doing
Bro, at
madness as well.
17, he was scoring 26 goals, 14
Monaco.
assists. Mbappe.
Who?
Winning,
Yeah, no,
winning
Mbappe
the
was-
title.
Yeah, I think
17.
Mbappe.
Monaco never win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Mbappe is probably better.
So
at
what?
that age.
Mbappe is better at 17, 18, than, or we've seen this. It's not
Well,
like we haven't seen-
he's an out-and-out number 9.
Yeah.
Obviously, Lamau is a winger, but the way he cuts in, you know what he's going to do. We've seen this over the years with the Rob Ends
wicked.
and the Salahs and all
Yeah.
that. But when he cuts in and whips it, mate.
You know what it is as well, right?
Joke.
It's when you do it in big game.
Yeah.
That game last night, they're dead and
Massive,
buried, man.
yeah.
You
Doesn't
n-
faze
no-
him,
normally
2-0 down.
2-0 down to a team like Inter, known for defending and that, it's over.
Even when man's licking off
And-
the crossbar, sat
yeah.
my man down. Whoops. Good save
He's-
by someone, by
yeah.
the way. But
He's
like,
literally
he's taking
just
a piss.
dragged the man them back, him, almost single-handedly at one time.
Generational.
Can we call who goes through in this one?
No.
No, not
Defensively,
a minute.
by the way.
No,
just vibes.
there was no defense.
Just attacking
There was no
vibes.
defense on
Might
either
depend.
side.
Yeah.
Probably another high scoring draw again.
I think
Inter at home,
reckon?
obviously.
the only
solid,
thing you have to worry for Barca is, right, I don't think Inter, they're gonna go away. They're gonna
Time out.
lock up. Yeah, because I was shocked at how when we played against them, their defending was brilliant.
That's what they're known
They were
for.
just
Manager
right.
spoke about it though, didn't it? What's Inter manager
Inzaghi.
Inzaghi, sorry. He said we had to put 3 man on my man.
Yeah,
We had to, and he still twists us up. Like we had to legit put 3
Imagine
man on.
putting
him.
Yeah.
3 players on 1 player. Like what can
And he
you
still
do?
has a 10 out of 10
Because
performance.
in the team talks before, in the meetings leading up to it, you've got all the PowerPoints, the
Yeah.
guys of the video analysis have done all that. What's the answer?
That's why
How
this
do
is
we stop
Messi
him?
vibes.
Oh, mate, I
Because
don't
how
know.
do you stop him?
yeah, because it used to be like that with Messi.
That's why it's like with Messi,
and
don't matter
Mbappe.
what you do,
It's true.
Salah's
Messi
got
man
two
still
guys
do
on
it.
it. This
Messi
guy's
and
got 3 or
Mbappe,
4.
them man, you put 3,
Yeah.
4, it don't matter.
Sometimes
Them man,
you
But
just
less
let
so
that
with
play out.
Mbappe now sometimes though. It feels like you can
Yeah.
maybe
Lock him
isolate
off,
him.
yeah.
And you can
Get Conor Bradley.
But
on him, man. That's all you
Mbappe,
need.
let's not forget with Mbappe, right? Like, remember when we was at that World Cup final?
Yeah.
He single-handedly.
Mad. Yeah, mad. Actually, yeah, let's respect.
No.
Yeah.
People are talking about Messi, you forgetting Mbappe.
Yeah,
We saw that.
that's
We
true.
were there. They were dead. The same
The
sort of
75th
thing.
minute, he went, yeah?
Yeah,
All right,
and that's the
watch this.
final. And he just basically said, yo, you lot, give me the ball.
Still lost.
Nearly won it, nearly got a hat-trick.
Yeah, you lot chill out, pass the ball to me,
He did get a
I'll
hat
do the
trick,
rest.
didn't he?
In the end, but I mean, like, he nearly got a hat-trick.
To win.
So I think-
Yeah.
Straight away.
Yeah, Yamal though, but I think those guys are better. We're even better. But Yamal, what he's doing, it's ridiculous.
It
The
doesn't
confidence.
phase him.
Confidence.
At
You see him in the
all.
press conference before.
Yeah.
It was like
Rolling around with the
journalist was
speaker.
like, people say you're a little bit too arrogant. His guy, he goes, when I win, they can't speak to me. If I lose, then they can.
Fair enough.
Then he proceeds to
it.
go and
And
drop
said
that when
he
his team
dyed
look
your
like
hair. He
he's
said
gonna
I
lose.
was bored. I dyed my hair.
Yeah.
And that's
I
what I
was
say.
bored.
When
These
you
players, man, dying their hair, man. They need to concentrate on the football.
when you play like that,
Shut
That's
that
got
one
bleach
down.
blonde hair that's too long, mad
Twist
twist
it
Yeah.
up 10
Right.
times.
So I can do what I like.
do what you
He said-
want.
he said it's to make the
when
time go
you,
faster.
listen, when you play like that, you do what you want.
Yeah.
You
Can he go to
wear
the
what you
basketball?
want.
He was at wrestling.
You can go wrestling the
WWE,
next
do what you want.
straight after the game.
Yeah.
Go where you want.
When you're that man, like that
Yeah.
guy, you can
Do
do
as
what you
much-
want.
That's what you
as
do
you
when
want.
you do what you want.
Can he do a madness? He can go wherever he wants, do anything.
Bro, when you play like him, you do what you want. The game done.
Even if you lose.
You're in a club. Nobody don't. I mean, people's dancing with you. No, man. I mean,
Barca lose 4-3, but he got a hat-trick. Don't matter.
Don't matter, do what you want.
Not my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell you what, poor Ollie
Not my
Watkins
fault,
sitting there can't even go to the boxing.
Is he looking back at his defence going, fucking hell,
what
guys.
does it do,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, the defense.
I
Was,
done
Like,
my
help
bit.
me.
Yeah.
Help
that's
me a
why
bit.
that's. I don't know who's going through in that game. Like,
Some of the defending though, big Ronald Araujo, right, armband, can't even get a big looping corner.
even the second goal, Pedri, man, you got to.
Unreal.
He backed out. A great finish by Dumfries. But
You got to put your head on that. Right, quickly, we're going to go through and predict Atletico Bilbao versus Manchester United tonight, and then Tottenham, Bodo, Glimt. Set the scene for us, but then give us a score prediction, because we've still got all the Premier League games to go through as well.
Premier League. What's that mean?
Premier League.
What's that? That's the thing we do quickly for all of us.
Well, we will do it quickly,
It's
yeah.
champions now. Everyone's relegated.
Say again?
One thing. No, I'm not saying it again.
Yeah.
You heard me.
I'm straight.
This is it. These are the Thursday's all we care about. Thursday's all we have been caring about.
All roads lead to Bilbao.
All roads leads to Bilbao. Twice over, I'm hoping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the finals in Bilbao, they are, fourth in La Liga.
Let's have a look.
Only lost 5 games all year. Don't lose many football matches at all. Don't concede many goals, but they don't score loads. We spoke about one superstar in Lamine Yamal, which obviously he is. Step up. But Nico Williams is right there, mate. And he also has scored in the European final, put his country on his back at a young age, and he's doing crazy things as well. So that's going to be difficult. Both brothers, actually, Inaki as well, on the other side.
Don't forget Sunset in midfield.
Yeah, I think he might be. I think he's out. Yeah, he's out.
You know, he's got You Never Walk Alone tattooed on his arm. That guy. No, just saying.
Well,
Unai Simon, obviously in goal, starts for Spain
Yeah.
every week as well.
So it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game. But one thing about this Man United team, I don't know how, but regardless of the league,
Experience.
in Europe, just been finding a way, mate.
Finding
Unbeaten in Europe, don't lose, haven't lost.
Didn't you lose to them in, was it 2012?
Yeah,
Europa
we
League.
did. I'm sure we lost to them before.
Heavily,
we haven't
as
got
well.
a great record against
That
them.
atmosphere, they're going to drum up there.
They're going to be on it.
Boy.
But it's the same. That's what we got told against Leon. That's what it was against Sociedad. You know what I mean? Welcome to hell and all the things and that. And we get out of there just. And I think this will be the same. I don't have us down as winning this
Still
leg.
can't believe you're in this competition still.
Why?
No, because of the comeback in the last round. I still can't believe what I saw with my own eyes that day.
Man United,
Yeah, it was
mate.
ridiculous.
You never die. We've seen it all.
That's
won
the
lot, mate.
best comeback of the season, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 goals in 7
That's the
minutes.
best comeback of the
ridiculous.
season.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a joke.
It was amazing. I don't want it to be anywhere near as dramatic this time. I was saying when we was previewing it, I was like, these criminals all year,
I love how you call them criminals.
all the
by way.
time. These criminals all year have done this to us fans, where licks every game. There's 3 games left to a trophy. Can you just like, could you just get us back? We go, right, man, 3-0
in this
flipping it, man.
competition,
First
they
leg,
do.
3-0, bro. Just get my shorts in that pack ready for go Bilbao, man. Don't care about the Old Trafford game, man. I'm ready. Could you just do that? Do you know what I mean? Could you just give
How
us
desperate
something?
are you to win this trophy?
Massively. Not going to downplay it. Well, however, I've been saying the
You
whole
said
time
you're
we're going to
gonna
win
win
it.
it,
So
so
I'm not
you
backing
must,
away from that. So we will. 100 million, mate. In terms of what we're trying to do and who we're trying to attract to the club, this could set us back another couple of years or could put us forward a couple of years. So it's huge, man. It's not going to negate for how crap the league's been. It's not going to save the season. But when it's been such a bad season, it doesn't matter what you're in, innit? If you're in with a chance to win something, you have to do it. And we got the chance to win 3 trophies in 3 years, 3 bad seasons, and get into the Champions League, which is nasty work from 14th.
You mentioned 100 million. If you factor in the commercial deals, the match day income, the broadcast income, you're right. 100 million this game.
So I'm saying, that's what I know. That's the price.
It's like
It's
the
100 million
Championship
pounds.
playoff
Yeah,
final.
exactly, bro. And that's
Biggest game in
for what
football.
we're trying to do. That's 2 top players who can walk into our team and start. Versus like, all right, it looks like might get Cunha regardless of whether we're getting it or not. But he might be the only staple signing. If we don't get this, then you got to start looking at, you know what I mean, lesser man than that. So
Quick preview then. Score prediction, sorry.
1-1. Getting
Abby?
back to Old Trafford.
Be careful because we're predicting your game straight after. As
Yeah, I mean, I'm leaning like towards a similar kind of. I think we probably do beat them over the 2 legs. So I actually might go 2-1 tonight.
To Bilbao.
Yeah,
I'll go
2-1
for a bit of
tonight.
that as
but I
well.
reckon you beat them out.
I agree with Abby. I think tonight you might lose, but second leg at Old Trafford, what they did the other day, the experience.
2-1 down and beat
Ahmad's
them
back
2-0.
now.
We don't keep clean sheets though.
You've got
We don't
Ahmad,
keep clean
it
sheets.
Ahmad's
won't be
back
2-0.
now.
Yeah, Ahmad's
Ahmad's
back.
coming
Yeah.
back. Yeah, I think United is that
We're definitely
experience.
Take that for free.
That you got players that are
Take you
bigger.
that for free, man. I don't know where you do
Yeah,
cheat
I
sheet.
think.
I
But
reckon,
2-1 tonight.
I reckon
2-1 to
2-1
Bilbao
tonight.
tonight.
And then next week you you get one goal that needs
don't
to
be
win the
losing on
game.
the way back.
That's what I hope happens.
Yo, Rise, man. He better stand up.
Bro,
I mean,
I don't want to see him with no
he's got
wired,
to.
old school wired headphones looking at the flipping Bilbao Ultras, bro.
On the glove.
Just put the flipping the new school Bluetooth speak thing on your head, yeah.
What,
Listen to what he wore. That's what he done the other day. He went in front of Leon Ultras, bro. He had the wired headphones, bro.
That's so mad.
Looking at the Ultras and then proceeded to dash the ball in the net twice, bro. So I don't want to hear nothing. Just keep yourself chill, bro. Listen to your little Afro beats or your little whatever you want to listen. What you do, whatever you just chill, bro. Just put the Beats by Dre on or the Apple thing, the Sony, WMX,
if anything,
whatever.
Get on Doyle for a discount.
Get on Doyle for a discount, bro. Just lock in Andre Onana, bro.
Right,
please. Him.
Tottenham also played tonight. Is there a glint of hope that you get through tonight?
Bodo Glimt. Nice.
Or as expressions call them, Bozo Glimts.
Oh, it's a risky game, that.
Very
risky.
Risky. I mean, you're at home. Are you going to the game?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to it.
European
big nights, man. European semi-finals, mate.
Got to be
I'll call
there.
it because you still don't have a name for
well,
the stadium.
it's just White Lane, isn't it? Yeah, look, obviously you've got to have hope for it. It's all I've got. It's basically the same. We're the same position. Like we basically could just do the exact same preview for both of us. It's all we've got. I mean, 100 million. Do I think that probably gets invested back in the team?
I was just about to say that. You won't even spend your 100 million.
No,
that'll go straight.
That'll go straight in Daniel Levy's pocket. But it's huge. And, you know, on paper, Tottenham have more than enough quality and should beat Bodo Glimt. But I'm also not being cocky about it, because when you've lost 19 times in the league alone, and you look at the history of the Tottenham, like that will tell you that something that is easy and on paper and is beatable for Spurs usually backfires and goes the other way. Tottenham make really hard work of it. They've got to really try and get this done in the first leg, in my opinion, before they go back to Norway. They're having a really good time at the minute, you know, Bodo. There's a documentary that actually has come out today or the other day on Copper 90 about Bodo and like their rise type of thing. And of course they're minnows, like in comparison to a club like Tottenham.
They've only played 4 league games this season.
Yeah, because their season cut. When they were playing us earlier in this season, they rested. Let me tell you something about Bodo Glimt. I played against them this year at Old Trafford. Yeah. They rested, man, because they had their big league game on the weekend after us to go win the league. They rested man against us. Probably says more about us than about we're the same. Yes, I'm just letting you know. Okay, listen, they scored first. They started bopping it about. I think was it 2-0 to them? Right, we had to come back. It was tight. We had to come back last. The thing was, I think we won 3-2 or maybe check man United Bodo Glimt. What was the score? I can't remember. But I was there and I remember thinking, bro, these men are all right.
3-2.
3-2. Who scored? What was the score?
Garnacho after a minute, but then they went 2-1 up.
That's it. They went bang, and we was 2-1 down. I goes, Ross, and then for time they were good, and we had to come back. So they're all right.
But they start their season, I think, at a different time because they're in the Arctic Circle.
Yeah, so it's cold. So they've got rest and they're ready for this one team.
They're ready.
You better get them out of there. Don't go back there on that plastic pitch for the thing.
Tottenham have got to try and get the job done as much as possible tonight, which is terrifying prospects. But look, they're at home. First leg.
Get to the final
tonight. Try and
beat them like 3-0 at Yard.
And hope that we go there and then don't concede 3. Hopefully we don't concede.
You two have just got the exact same thing.
They can't beat Bodo Glimt. I'm sorry, man. Come on.
If you don't beat Bodo,
the easiest draw.
You do. Your favourites for the flipping Europa League.
Yeah.
How's that work?
Bodo Glimt, man. This man should be doing up Ski Sunday, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and also, you know what I mean, innit? Ski Sunday 100%. They should be doing.
It's all they've got. It's all they've got.
Bro, if you can't beat Bodo Glimt,
I listened to I listened to James Maddison because he got asked a question in the press conference.
No, my gaffer.
No, I didn't hear that part, but I listened to a clip about what he said about, you know, don't you owe this to the fans, like after what you basically put them through. And he was like, put them through, like we're going through it as well, blah blah, you know, it affects us the same way when you're
brought it back to them. He didn't say.
Well, he was like, then he did say I've phrased it wrong, like obviously I don't want them to think that we don't care. Of course we care. It affects us just as much as it affects the fans. You know, they still go and sell out the away ends, and I know they don't want to hear from us, etc. So they know fans don't want to chat to Tottenham right now.
Yeah, just go and
just try it, and like the season can still be special because we can have what we wanted, which is to actually go and win a trophy. Yes, might have finished 17th doing it, but if you said that to me at the start of the season, and I think there is a clip of me saying it, I would have taken it.
Do you know what? At the beginning of the season, finish 17th, but win the Europa League, so you'd be in the Champions League.
Of course, I'd take it.
You would actually go, yes, please.
It's
As a
actually,
Spurs fan, you would.
For me, it's not even about the Champions League. Like, Spurs aren't good enough. Spurs are not good enough to compete in the Champions League. They're just not, right? For me, it's a new
manager and a big budget on the thing.
There needs to be a lot of work from the sample sizes that I've seen, but it's about winning the trophy. The Champions League that comes with it, great, but it's about breaking that thing that has been over us for 17 years, and winning a trophy and a European trophy at that. That's what I care about. That the Champions League is irrelevant to me.
That's just a byproduct of getting
it's a byproduct. Just win the trophy, get yourselves over the line, and if you finish 17th to do it, then that's absolutely fine. Cup your ear, say I always win things in my second season. I wish it would happen because that's just the coldest way to even get sacked as well. But
that picture would be cold.
Even you saying all this, I'm just thinking, and we can't yet because listen, I've got a tougher semi-final than you have.
Yeah.
If we have to play each other in this final,
but you will win.
Can you imagine the content?
You will win that.
I want to see that.
The content will be elite.
United don't. I mean, apart from Villarreal and Barcelona, you don't really lose European Cup finals.
And
but neither.
You spoke earlier this season when we argued about the Arsenal thing about you getting on planes and shit and going away. If we lost the final to Spurs,
but
what
a season this could not be for you. Liverpool winning the league and Abbey beating you.
European final.
But I don't think that would happen. I don't think that would happen.
Well, you just think that would beat you if we get to the finish.
Because I know. Look, this is a PTSD thing, but I think if you go and ask most Spurs fans,
Bilbao in their own stadium.
I think no, but I would in a weird way. I'd actually fancy Spurs more against.
Wouldn't you
Bilbao.
rather play us?
No, but and this is my logic, right? My logic is we've beat United 3 times this season, right?
It would be the 4th time you lose.
The one time you will be the one time we can't do it. And that's why I actually back us weirdly more against doing it against Bilbao.
And also you'd have to delete me.
Yeah.
You'd have to delete my number, my socials, your memory of me. Everything to do with me. If that
Matrix settings,
if that happens, delete me.
Okay.
But what if it's the other way around?
Won't be here, I told you. So, do you want to play?
Score prediction tonight. Tottenham, Bodo, Glimt.
They beat them, man. 3-1 Tottenham.
You stole my one.
Yeah, because they always got a bozo moment.
Bodo moment.
But you do have them little criminal moments where you will probably concede a stupid goal for no reason. So, but then you'll just be back 3-1 for Spurs.
Come on, where's the chest?
Come on, man.
I'll go.
Come on.
Playing the Norwegian minnows, remember?
I go 2.
2-1's not enough to take there.
I go
get in the final tonight.
Yeah, I want them to. It's just whether or not I believe with my whole heart that they will. I'll go 2-0 Tottenham tonight.
2-0.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
I go 3-1 Spurs tonight and 1 foot in the final.
3-2. And then an interesting game next week. Back in Bodø.
On the plastic pitch as well. Ooh. In 2025.
The allocation was so tiny. You had to have I don't know what that. You had to have 530. I think it was 530 loyalty points you had to have.
Was I don't know.
Ours is credits.
It's the same thing. Points
for that game.
Yeah, one of my good friends
who's witnessed the 19 defeats this season gets the ticket.
Who's been to every game?
He's been to every one of the 19 defeats.
They deserve it.
Right? Yeah,
they should be on the full credits.
Well, that's actually
plane. They should be getting free travel.
Absolutely. Full credits. They should know. What they should have done is refund your goddamn season ticket.
100%.
They should have done that.
Yeah.
But
do you know what? Right? Play. Remember we beat PSV 7-1. But that second
they refunded them.
Yeah, they refunded.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
They should for travelling fans and stuff like that.
I think when we got battered at Newcastle, remember when we were like 4-0, 5-0 down in 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Good one. Good game,
You've
lads.
had some serious.
I think they did refund the fans for that, and rightly so. But yeah, a couple of the boys that I go to Spurs with, I think there's 2 of them. They've actually managed to get tickets to go because they go home and away. And bless his soul, he really does go home and away. Like,
poor guy, man.
That's
doing that mileage.
Home and away.
Home and away.
That's a proper fan still.
It's proper. Like I did that for years, but like I gave up after 25. I was like, I'm not doing home and away anymore.
Right, super chat time. And then we'll run through the old Premier League predictions for you as well. Ryan, Robbie, would you take Rodrigo at Arsenal? Of course you would.
Yeah. Well
done, Don Robert, for doing the treble finish 3. I think he's talking about, the 3-peat second place.
Oh.
Richie says that. Stephen Ireland's grandmother, Katy Perry, said there was more atmosphere in space than the Emirates.
You should go back there.
Such a Thai thing to say.
That is the most.
So why you come back to Earth?
Go back there.
What are you coming to Earth for?
Yeah, well, who
back to me.
told her to come back?
Mr. Hussein, so Saka, is he still clear of Dembele and Yamal?
Who said
said
he's
he's
clear
clear
of
of
Mal?
Dembele
I still back. Listen,
We said he's more
you can't just have
consistent.
one
We
game,
said he's more
consistently
consistent.
doesn't, and he weren't bad the other night. And if he could have had his moment if it weren't for the ref.
The atmosphere was great. Sure, on the PSG side, clean your ears and wash your eyes,
Well, I was
Robbie.
actually at the
That
game.
tifo
Was you there?
was shit, and it was downloaded off Google Images.
That tifo is going to literally
I agreed
live
about
on
the
forever.
tifo. Tifo's not the atmosphere.
I can't even want. Can we ask?
Anybody says the atmosphere,
Can
they're
we
lying.
get one made for here, like replica
The
of
R
that?
Yeah, Jason, some lean off cannon just hanging
James,
from
get
the
that tifo,
All it
please.
is the cannon, isn't it? Like, I mean, when I looked at that, serious, I was like, is that it?
Is that it?
Is that
Couldn't you come with some?
it?
Where's the creativity in that?
Yeah.
Just the badge.
Do you know-
And do you know what? The people
Someone-
behind that tifo,
It's like the
you're
beginning of-
blocking my view for that.
The beginning of your Master League on flipping Pez.
North
No,
London Red.
I thought to
North
myself,
London
it's so
Red, bro.
bad
It's got
mind
the
because
emblem
you're
with
like,
the
these
cannon
guys,
on the
these
fake
guys
one
were doing
as
the
well.
tifo.
I
and
know.
You've stopped them from doing the
And
tifo,
also,
and that's it.
when they've been designing that tifo, someone's
signed
gone,
that off?
I know exactly what is going to get them so scared. I know exactly what needs to go on that tifo.
That's Burton Army fuming, mate.
Badge. That's it. It was just
that
it's so bad, so bad. I'm not even digging you out for just because it is just.
No, everybody who's digging out
Shit.
got the right to.
Yeah.
Because when I looked at it,
terrible.
I was at the game, looked at that, I thought, is that it? You'd stop the man from doing their tifo for that.
Who gave the green light? Who said, yeah,
Who
that
signed
would
up?
go out?
No, it's the club who done it.
I would
Yeah,
have
but
done
who
shin
in
pads.
the person, the man, the woman who has the final say so, where they go,
I
right,
think-
so
Print
sure
that.
on this year, they go, yes.
That's
You know
it.
Who's
what?
that?
I think,
Sacked
right?
now.
I
Right.
think that tifo sums up with a lot of football clubs just why they're sometimes a
touch.
bit out of touch.
Yeah.
Like, you look at that.
I hope
They've
we
obviously
got one.
tried to play it safe
Shower
by just
curtain. No, that's crazy.
Shower curtain.
Someone said it was a shower curtain.
I hope that we've got good tifo tonight.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 says 95-minute of silence for the Pope was classy for Arsenal.
Big man.
I wonder what it's
The
tonight.
last tifo standing in 100 tifos versus one gorilla. That is the thing right now, isn't it? Everyone's talking. Quickly then, because it's viral. 100 man or one gorilla. Who wins?
It's the most stupidness I've ever heard being discussed. 100 man getting licked down easy.
Yeah, the gorilla wins for me.
100% Greta.
No, 100 man would tump up the gorilla. I said that the other day.
Pump him up.
Listen, I told man the other day, right?
Well,
For
rush him at the
for
same
starters,
time.
Humans are intelligent people, yeah?
They're not
So-
a blasted fool. They
Don't know about all of them.
Big
no.
gorilla.
Yeah, fucking
The gorilla, first thing you do, right? You get like 10, 20 man. You say, "Yo, what you're gonna do? You're taking the legs."
You're going to sacrifice yourself, so you're going to die
No,
first.
man,
I'm
20
going
man.
last.
no,
Yeah,
hold
you go
on.
first.
See, this is where people are getting this wrong with this thing, right? Obviously, people are gonna die.
Man will be
This is what
sacrificed.
we're discussing.
No, but it's, when you go to war, people die.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Who's
So
that
you go-
first man though?
Probably
Who
Rob.
you
'cause
saying?
he's probably Rob at this
But I'm
point.
saying, 10, 20 man, you're taking the legs.
Who
of
would,
that, right?
you
So
just
you,
brush
Oh,
them
you
off.
got a fist, you know?
right?
Yeah, no weapons.
There's no weapons in the book.
Do you know how big
I know.
a gorilla
So
is?
you ain't can't tie man up or thing.
He's
Listen.
what? He's got a metal chin.
Right.
You can't rock him.
20 man, you're taking the legs. Remember, you got some big guys
Taking
as well.
it where?
Have you ever seen some of these guys when they're
just
playing
brush you
American?
off. Get off
Some of
my
these
leg.
guys
Have
are
you
playing
seen the
American
gorilla?
football, rugby, and that, right?
Silverback.
20 man.
Prime.
Listen,
Been in rugby in the NFL,
guys,
man.
listen. Look at this thing logically. You take down the thing by the legs, and then everybody just jumps on it and starts thumping it up. Then-
Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it. Let me ask you.
Easy.
What
Let
number
me-
are you? What? You're the 100th man.
Do you know how many people? 100
This is-
people.
Can I
This is
ask
not
you a
getting
serious
tipped up.
question?
100.
In this battle against the gorilla.
20 man. Yeah, you go first. You
Hang
do the
on.
legs.
In this battle against gorilla, who you having as your captain?
It ain't
Expressions.
Odegaard.
Expressions is the captain.
Honestly, the gorilla's winning.
Listen, guys, logically, man, look at this thing.
Man.
Logically, this shouldn't
Logically.
even be
You
stuff.
take
It's just not a logical
I don't know where this has
conversation.
come out, but as I said,
People
right,
saying kick him in his bollocks. Doesn't matter about his thing.
no, for me, right, it's like. Well, I remember when I used to play rugby, right? They say that no matter how big someone is, right, you take them down by the legs, right? They're going down. So 20 man, well, obviously a gorilla, the size of
Yeah, and everyone's
Oh,
20 guys.
I can't believe
No
I'm
one watched
hearing
King
it.
Kong. Like,
This
no
ain't King
one
Kong. A
watched that.
gorilla's not King Kong.
I get to the top of the Empire State Building.
Yeah, well, that's
Brush off 100 man to get
that's,
out there.
that's CGI. 20 man, you take it down by the legs, right? And
We've
then
got
everybody
to
jumps
organise
on it.
this
I
now.
tell you what, you start doing a GoFundMe. Get 100 man and get a gorilla, and let's see what
People
happens.
will die.
Get your top AFTV 100
As I
subscribers.
said,
Send them into war.
as I said, people will die.
But it's a sacrifice
many?
we're willing to make for the gorilla.
20, 30 man might be dead. Right? So the gorilla. That's war. When you go to war, like, you know, when you...
Someone's got to do this one
When
day.
you see the old
No,
battles...
don't do
They're
this.
like a bullfight.
Yeah, there's bare collateral.
When you see the old battles, right? Like,
The
you know,
Boer
Game
War
of
and
Thrones
that.
and that, right? And man's in the castle and they're fully...
That's
uniform,
CGI.
got no
That is
chance.
CGI.
That is
No,
CGI. Just like King Kong.
You actually have battles like that, right? Everybody's running there, they're firing arrows, but after a while it gets overwhelmed. And they breach it.
He's going on like
He's
he knows.
sat
And
and
that's
thought
with
about
playing it
this.
out in his
Imagine
head.
just with your bare
the
fist.
art of war,
Yeah.
brethren.
You haven't
Go
got
and
any-
read the
Yeah,
book.
art of war's your
got
allowed
your
I'd
weapons.
fight you like a good
Go and
fighting
read the
man.
book.
Good
The art
animal.
of
But all
war.
you've got,
Go on,
all you've
Angie,
got
use
is your
this.
own.
A fighter.
This is what
Your
you
own
There you
use.
go.
hands.
We've asked.
That's it.
Angel's got it there.
This is
All
what
right,
you use.
here's the next question. For 100 million,
Oh,
which
for
animal
fuck's
could
sake.
you survive against for 20 minutes?
You couldn't survive.
Yeah,
Bear,
I'm telling
bear in
you,
mind,
A
don't,
hippo, impossible.
Hippo's a
sorry,
bad
rhino.
man.
Sorry, rhino. No,
rhino would
That's
fuck you up.
no.
Is that not a hippo?
They're probably. Is that hippo or rhino?
The
That's a
top
hippo.
left is what we're talking about against 100 men. That's a bear.
You know what's
Strong
wrong, right?
back man. Watch
Bear,
him.
bears them.
You know what as well, right? I watched one of these...
I reckon the tiger.
I
You've
watched
got the
one of
most
these
chance
animal
against.
programs, yeah?
Nat Geo.
I watched one of these animal
Love
programs,
Nat
right?
Geo.
And I think it was a lion that rushed like one of these
Rushed.
wildebeest things and pulled it down. And then about 20 wildebeest just come and just overwhelmed it, man. The lion had to run.
Yeah.
I tell you what, kangaroo would be a
Hippos
good
as well.
scrap.
Hippos are strong.
Yeah,
And
hippo.
elephants.
Rhinos.
Rhino's strong.
You know what I'm saying?
I think 5 man versus
still be
one
overwhelming.
kangaroo would be a good watch. Because you know how they stand
5
up,
man,
ready,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But as I said, it can be
elbows
over.
tucked in. You know.
It's about read the
Seen
art
this
of war.
before.
It's about
Right, got to move on.
gorilla,
We've been told to move on because the gorilla,
One gorilla versus
would
Robbie.
block up Robbie.
I deal with that.
No, you would not deal with that. You were at the cricket yesterday. You ain't fighting a gorilla.
Fire out of a cock
on, Uncle Flex, thoughts on Evra's MMA venture? Says
Oh yeah, I
Cashley
see
Cole.
that. He's in the French thing of. Well, I just hope Uncle Pat prepares right, so we don't see anything that. You know, I mean, I don't need to see my man spark out.
Yeah.
But
I'd watch it.
yeah, I'll definitely watch it.
That set piece coach
Love this
needs
game.
his ego checked. Also, yes.
Yeah,
running
man.
out, the ref
Go
telling
sit
him, go
down,
sit
man.
down,
Go
man.
sit down.
What's that,
Arteta
sorry?
teaching him how to
Eat that boy,
encroach
man.
the technical area.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Sit down, man.
Your
Your set piece coach, the one you drew a
Oh,
mural of
Dover.
outside.
What did he do?
He was giving it all this.
Busy.
Yeah?
Go
To who?
away,
To
man.
the assistant ref, he said, "Get out of here, man. You're not even the main guy. Sit down, number 2, man. Number 3. Who are you?
I was watching the game.
Sausage." Oh, that text is too small, man.
They can't play.
Sorry to say, Robbie, but don't blame the fans.
just
What do you
gone on
expect
holiday.
after your team looked like a D division team in the first half? Watch out tonight, United going to show you how to do it. Says Yeti.
I'll be watching.
Do they sell shower curtains from the Tifo on Tuesday? In the Armory, my cousin's an Arsenal fan. Could make a good gift, says Mehmet. Gunner fan here. The tie's not over, but if we win, Barca and Inter will be too much for us. I think it's another runner-up spot. Oh dear.
No, I think PSG look better than those two, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 minutes VAR, then we spent 3 minutes on the free kick, says Steve K. Odegaard was a disgrace, says this guy. Robbie, you said Farteta was the second best in the league.
Farteta.
Well, he might be second again.
He is at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah.
Farteta.
Remember, fellow
Second again, he is, isn't he?
Farteta out.
Farteta out.
Remember, fellow Arsenal haters, job's not finished. That's why I'm saving the hold that, to be honest. Wait for the next game. The crash out will be legendary.
You're come bold now, isn't it? If you're a bad man.
No, I'm not.
bold,
I'm
innit?
not saying I'm a bad man.
No, you say
I'm
you're a
liquid
bad man, innit? You keep saying
not
bad
saying
man.
that.
I'm not a bad
I'm
man.
million, I'm not.
No, no.
Keep saying he's bad
That's
and all
not
that.
my-
innit? Come bold, innit?
that's not
Run
my
off him
life.
out. No, freed.
Free
You know what I mean? You wouldn't be on there with testing the gorilla, would you?
With me?
Are you scared?
No, I'll be the 100th
Talk
man.
and talk. You know what I mean?
scared.
I'll be
You're
the
coming next
100th
week
man
now,
to lick his head
hoping
when
and
he's dead
praying.
already.
Yeah?
As I've said here multiple times, Arsenal equals Cringe FC, Bottle Job FC, Shut Tifo FC, Thai FC, Second of Gen FC. What a nauseating team and fan base.
FC.
And what team do you support as Tyrants?
What team do you
Yeah, let us know.
What have you won?
Let us know, A Wahab.
Who are you?
Random here, but that story of Ty going to Lyon, Paris, instead of Lyon for the Champions League game was the
Yeah,
funniest
that's
shit
funny.
I've ever heard.
What's that?
What did he do?
What did
He went to the women's game the other day, but he went to Lyon in Paris instead of Lyon. There's a Lyon in Paris.
No, he didn't.
You know, like there's a
Yeah, yeah.
Newcastle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's downtown.
Stoke, yeah. So,
How
but
sad is
luckily,
that?
you know how lucky he got, right? Is that he saw some people that had on Arsenal shirts, And then they said, nah. And then they were going back
He went to Lyon
to a
away.
train station to then go
women's
onto
team.
that. And he
That's
followed them.
unbelievable.
Oh my days.
Big him up, man.
That's
That's typical Thai.
Augie also clean sends in a super chat. Hey Wahab, Arteta and his team spend more time waving their arms than playing. Maybe try playing football instead of trying to start Mexican waves every couple of minutes. Robbie, are you worried about Odegaard's regression? The past 12 to 18 months looks like a shadow of the former player
Of course.
from 22-23, and that's from an LFC fan, says Willem. Arsenal narrative is a fit Saka would have challenged LFC / been at Salah's level. Not true. Saka has scored one less Premier League non-penalty goal than Jota in 400 more minutes. Good stat, says Posse. Not the other one. Ngoni says Odegaard shouldn't play in Paris, play Zinni. BF is a captain by example. Bruno Fernandes, even off the pitch with
Does
the
everything.
academy, how he is with the fans. He stays for hours doing the signatures. I rate it.
Same with Odegaard.
I just think
No,
he's right.
Odegaard's been having, like you said, he's had a lot of bad games. Still walk around. He'll still be the last person off the pitch. He always walks around, thanks all the fans. That goes a
big
long
him
way
up.
to me. Those sort of things.
Also, he says he
Tells
even
you about his
took
character.
the staff that got laid off for dinner.
Yeah.
What was it, Greg's?
Man like John got laid off. He was one of the comms officers. There was him and George, but George.
Where did he take them?
Took him out for dinner and that.
Where though?
In Manchester. Like, just go on, let's go out. And then like
KFC.
obviously
Oh,
the
right, yeah, that's
nah, it wouldn't have been that. Would have been proper team.
proper. San Carlo.
Probably.
Little San Carlo one.
Ivy.
Odegaard
Nobu.
Ivy
is
what's
the
it called?
most it's the most overhyped player I've ever seen in my life. Can't shoot, can't drive with the ball, can't score goals, and can't create. Wanyeri has to start. This is about Odegaard.
He's not overhyped. He's having a bad season. Last year, as I said, Arsenal Player of the Season, and the year before.
What about Robbie versus 100 ties? Says Viper.
On loose.
Robbie, the football purists want a PSG Barca final. We can't have Arsenal, especially Arteta, stinking up a showpiece event like that, a Champions League final. X got absolutely violated.
7 goals away, 5 goals away, all that.
A W for Robbie. X got violated, says Mamo. It's easier for Yamal to stand out in 2025. Messi in 04-05 had players like, he was actually 05-06 Messi when he first broke through. R10, Henri, Zidane, Del Piero, Kaká, etc. Messi was doing this at 17. The difference now is that there are other top guys at Barca and around the world. Football quality is lower now, says Kieran. Petition to send Abby and X to Bodo Glimt away.
Oh, please. Next
Can we
Thursday.
talk about that Rafinha goal? Actually an own goal, mate, unfortunately, says Aaron.
Don't you think when a goal's like that, it should be given to the player?
It's nonsense, isn't it?
Nonsensical.
Yeah, but he didn't shoot on target though.
Yeah, but come on.
The rules are
mate.
rules, isn't it?
Watch
Fuck
out.
it, innit?
I
Just
hope-
looks good because it hit the bar and thing, but
Nah,
if the keeper's not there, you don't score.
So technically, it
Off the
is an
back
own
of his
goal.
head
If
and
the
went in.
keeper scored.
Sure, but you could do it like, it's a bit like, you know, that's part of the skill. You know what I mean?
Nah, what you meant
mean
it?
to do
You're gonna lick this off the bar, yeah? Lick half the back of your head, yeah? And you're gonna go in.
I hope for a Bodo win today, but I think it could be a Bodo 1-1 draw, says Mila. Football season in Scandinavia is always April to December. I totally overlooked that. Evening. In
So their season's finished then?
Who?
I know, the season's still
Still
up.
up 4
Yeah.
games.
Ooh.
That's why when we
You're up
played
for
them
it.
in like late last year, they had the league wrapped up and they had the big game on the weekend,
Yeah.
so they rested, man.
It's crazy, isn't it, when you think about the amount of sunlight that them guys get
Mad.
per day.
Mad.
It's scary. Evening in 2025, PSG against Premier League opposition, 4 wins. United 4 wins in Premier League. Spurs 4 wins in the Premier League in 2025. Big up Suge. Guys, respect Bodo. Don't forget they are giant killers. 2021, they thrashed Roma 6-1. And a year later, they beat Angers Celtic 5-1 on aggregate. Huge respect. You know them way their blood.
And they beat Lazio. in the last
True,
round.
on pens.
Mean, man.
I ain't sleeping on them. I'm giving them their respect.
Sleep on them.
I'm not sleeping on them.
Mamo says, no, I actually think Robbie's being serious about the 100 versus 1 gorilla.
He is.
I'm
Robbie,
being
he's
very
definitely
serious.
being
no
serious,
chance 100 men would win, mate.
I'm being
dead, man.
very, very serious.
You are being-
That's another show, though. Arsenal's physicality and set pieces may help them, but Enrique's tactics may be too much, says Max.
Like falling over when you hit me in touch.
True. Arsenal fans loud online, silence in the ground. They might sing whatever the weather, but clearly not whatever the score. Hold down.
Also, sorry, one thing. Why do you have a puffer jacket on the other night?
Who?
Arteta, it was hot.
He had it off for the presser after.
Yeah,
Little
but
quarters it.
I don't understand why he wore a puffer jacket
when
for.
it drops below 8 though.
At
Yeah,
night,
yeah,
man.
let me
but
tell you something, man.
At kickoff, it weren't cold.
We're
Yeah,
not-
I was thinking you
Yeah,
must
but
be
he's
hot.
dressing
Like,
for after the game when it's a bit.
but just leave it on the seat. It was annoying me. I was just like,
Has that really annoyed you? That
Yeah,
much?
I literally sat there. I was like, we got
It's not
puffer
a
jacket
fashion
on
show,
for.
mate. Got a game to win. Not a fashion
didn't,
show. is it?
though.
I know.
Should have taken the jacket off. Express yourself.
Yeah. What makes you think we're going to that final? Here's a stat. Arsenal last 6 semi-finals, all competitions, have not scored a goal. Didn't know that. Right, quickly, we run through the Premier League predictions. Chelsea versus Liverpool, Sunday 4:30. Already won the league. The task for Liverpool is now gain 90+ points. Chelsea, though, they need 3 points.
Do you think, what's your honest, what's your honest thing? Do you think like you could be on the beach a little bit, so there's an opportunity for Chelsea, or do you think, super professional, these guys too strong, they want, you know what I mean?
I think,
big
because Klopp was he likes a little drink and a cigarette to celebrate. Arne Slot isn't that guy. And I think us as fans would appreciate it a lot more, and it would be more impressive if he says, guys, if you think we're on holiday for this game, you're not playing a game. If I see you dropping your levels, you're not playing again this season. We've won the league. Professional. Go and beat them. Get max points. But Chelsea, though, mate, they need
big game for Chelsea. They have
so it's actually a big game.
Massive game for them.
Guard of honour as well. First time we're getting that. If there's anyone out there with a spare, I'm desperate to get to this game. So shout me, yeah? Send the old DM. Quick score prediction then. What do we reckon?
1-0.
Oh, no. I don't know that.
Will you be on any form of beach?
If it was Klopp,
I think
we'd be drunk.
Liverpool don't really like Chelsea either.
Oh, no, we definitely don't.
I think Liverpool will be on it still. I don't think
so
there'll
do
be
I.
too much of a drop off. It could be
2-1 Liverpool.
Like that, Rob.
Yeah. Liverpool just
1-0.
1-0.
3-1 Liverpool. Vamos. Finish it in the best way possible. Get that 90+ points. Let's go. Man City Wolves. This is a Friday kickoff, which is nice. Football every day this week until Monday.
Stunning.
good form, playing well, confident.
That's what we want.
Love
City
the footy.
Stabilised themselves a little bit. They were all right.
back in training now.
Haaland's back in training.
Rodri's
City
back
win.
in training
Rodri's
as
back
well,
in training.
man. That's crazy.
City win.
3-1.
Yeah, 3-1.
3-1. I'll go 2-1 Man City.
Yeah, 2-1.
2-0 City.
2-0. Aston Villa Fulham. Again, Villa.
Nice game, that.
They need this. They need
big,
this.
Big game this for Villa, man.
I'd watch this
Well,
game.
if they don't
It was
win
on
this,
TV.
then definitely. But I think they're
It was
out
on
of that
TV.
Champions League hunt already.
They're only 3 points off it.
No, but someone's got a
win.
game in hand. Forest got.
Forest have got a game in hand.
Yeah.
But they're
That's
only
against
3 points
Brentford,
off it. If, say, Liverpool did beat Chelsea and they win, they're back in it.
Back in it.
I'm
Yeah.
going 2-2 for that game. I
Is
think
it at
that might
Villa?
be a good- yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Villa will win at
I
home.
think I'm going to go Villa win.
Villa 2.
They have to win. 2-1 Villa.
2-1 Villa. I'll go 2-2. And I think early goal for Villa, but late equaliser for Fulham. Just got a hunch. Leicester Southampton. El Shitico.
Oh my God, are they playing each
El
other?
Crapico.
Jesus.
It's 19th versus
Will Leicester
20.
score a goal at home?
What time is that game?
Well,
Southampton.
rightfully it's at 3
Yeah.
o'clock, so no one can watch
Southampton,
it.
Southampton been playing much better than Leicester.
Yeah, I think Leicester don't score again.
Isn't that the most 3 o'clock kickoff you've ever
Yeah,
watched?
100%. They're 2 relegated.
I'd rather not watch that.
Yeah,
I'd rather it would be a blackout to not watch
Yeah.
that. Is the stadium going to even be full?
Bless
Bless
Probably
you.
not.
Thank
bless
you.
Oh,
I wouldn't even go if I was home or away.
Oh, no.
Wouldn't even
2-1 Southampton.
Yeah, I'm with that. 2-1 Southampton.
0-0 I'm going. Just shit.
Someone will score. They both can't.
I'm going to go 1-0. That's terrible. I'm a lot of
That's
draws
poor,
today.
that. Everton Ipswich.
Everton will beat us.
Oh, 3-0.
That's as bad.
3-0 Everton.
Yeah, you reckon?
2-1 Everton.
Okay. 2-1 Everton.
Yeah,
I'll go.
You know what? I'm with that 3-0, man. Ipswich are poor, man.
I'll go 3-1 Toffees on that one.
Yeah, 3-0 Everton.
Arsenal Bournemouth, the 5:30 game.
I don't fancy
Saturday.
you.
Oh,
Tough game, mate.
Wait, because this is in between. Oh, this is this weekend
yeah,
before the thing. Let's change up the team.
rest up, man.
See what you did against Palace as
Do you know
well.
what?
Eye off the
It's
ball.
going to be
Draw.
those games that you. What's
Arsenal Bournemouth Saturday 5:30.
what's before it?
Let me get it
What
up.
games are before it? On
Let's find out because that is
so Villa are playing before.
What, you think
Yeah.
Bournemouth got an eye on trying to get Europe or not?
yeah. Villa played before the 3 o'clock game.
So a lot of the teams that could possibly in
It's
theory
just that
catch,
one,
they're all
really.
the day after. So he's going to have to go fairly strong. But I don't really
Evan
want him to play
Nilsson
certain players.
back as
Evan
well,
Nilsson's
by the way,
back.
isn't he?
Yeah.
You got- red card.
You got to just focus on Tuesday, Wednesday.
I'll go 2-1. I think we'll still win it. Just
2-1, yeah.
because we're going to rest a lot of players. I don't think Rice should play. I don't think Skelly should play. I don't think Timber won't play.
Enough, man. You shouldn't play.
I don't. Probably rest Marino
That
because
team-
he came
Partey,
out
is that
just off
Team
of a
strong
knock.
enough though.
'Cause you give him
with
some
that
rhythm.
many-
Probably play Partey, but not for the whole game. You know what I mean?
wouldn't
Like that's.
Don't play party.
And we've seen like the
Don't
last.
play party.
But the last 4 games, he's just rested man, and they've all been draws.
Yeah.
So
here's a stat for you, Rob. Arsenal have lost just one of their last 35 Premier League games on the weekend following a European match. Do you know who that was against?
Bournemouth?
No, it was against Aston Villa last year.
Oh, okay.
When he lost the league. But Arsenal have won 8 out of 8 games against Bournemouth in the Prem. So I'm still backing Arsenal.
At home?
At home. At home. Scoring 23, conceding 4. Of course it is.
But in Bournemouth, but I think they would have won that if they'd kept...
Everyone else.
11 men on the pitch.
2-1 Bournemouth.
2-1 to the Cherries. Brighton, Newcastle. The Minter Derby.
Brighton, good win the other day, come back, but Newcastle strong. Going to see it out to get Champions League.
Some great games this week.
3-1 Newcastle.
Can't wait.
Actually, it's at Brighton, right?
Yeah, it's at Brighton.
I still
Newcastle.
fancy Newcastle.
Yeah, I fancy Newcastle.
I'm going
Maybe
for
2.
I'm going
I'll go
2-2.
I'll go 2-1. 2-1 Newcastle.
I think 3-1 Newcastle.
1-0 Newcastle.
2-2 draw.
He could score 2 in 2 minutes and the game's done. That's Sunday, 2 o'clock, that game. So looking forward to that. That's before the Liverpool game. Next up, Brentford versus Manchester United.
Don't care. Don't care. The same thing I predicted for the Bournemouth thing when I said that'll be 2-0, but it weren't as a draw. 2-0 Brentford, Wissa and Mbeumo, them man, wicked, and we'll be halfway between what happens tonight. Don't care. Think we'll lose.
2-1
Brentford. Smoke at this ground recently, haven't you?
No, we drew last year.
Didn't they beat you 4-0 here?
That was 3 years. That was Ten Hag's first season.
What was that? Oh, was that him? Didn't you lose under Rangnick there as well?
I think we might have won that, yeah.
What are you going for?
2-1 Brentford.
2-1 Brentford.
2-0
We sounded
Brentford.
Monday, like he said.
Yeah.
2-0
We're so
Brentford.
up for grabs in the summer, potentially.
Yeah,
I don't even know who we're playing. Are we playing West Ham?
Well, we'll get to that.
I don't even look at the league.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it don't mean nothing. It don't mean
you
nothing
are.
to
Honest
us.
to God,
away,
until
mate.
I get
It
into
means
work.
0. It means nothing.
Until I get into work on the Sunday, I actually don't even think about the league.
2-0. Well, for me anyway,
So
2-0 Brentford.
I'll go 3-1 Brentford.
I say 2-1 Brentford.
I'll give you a goal.
2-0 Brentford.
2-0 Brentford. Your game, West Ham, Tottenham.
Oh, what is this, 17th against
20th.
16th?
You're going to make, 8 changes again? Back the other way around because you'll be halfway through the thing.
Do you know what? Usually this is such like a hot game, like fierce game.
16th,
It will be
17th.
still.
And
Where is it?
Yeah, it will be
To
for
be
West
fair
Ham.
though, if you
At
lose
West
this
Ham?
game, Abby,
Oh, they might
if
actually
you lose
beat-
this
yeah.
game,
We will be
you're
17th.
Actually, I think they'll beat you.
So do I.
I think they'll beat you because he'll make loads of
You're
changes.
West,
You
yeah.
won't be up for it like that, and they just want to show a bit of pride.
And
You'll
this
get
is the
number
game
20
to
then.
show pride in.
Yeah,
If
because
you ever
Potter
want-
needs something bad.
If you ever wanted to get your fans back on side, West Ham, then I like
I think you
Tottenham.
could be 7.
1 win in 10 between both of these teams.
1 win in 10 in the Prem.
Between both of them. And that was Tottenham's win against Southampton.
Oh, between both of them.
Didn't they draw last week though, West Ham?
Yeah, but they will win. Oh,
No,
No,
They
they
lost.
lost to
Brighton.
Brighton, man,
yeah.
last minute.
Last minute.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Potter was vexed in the press.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you want me to swear? Yeah. All right, chill out, mate.
2-1 West Ham.
You're right, yeah.
I'll go 1-0.
2-1 West Ham.
I go 2-1 West Ham, you know. And
Gosh.
that would be your 20th defeat, but obviously you got to bounce back after that to go second leg at Bodo.
You know,
Glimt.
you've been doing your 20
20
times, and you've been getting the 20 on
I'll
the
get you one
stadium.
if you want.
I think on that side of our stadium, we should just put a big 2 and 0, and
To
you
hold
know,
that, yeah.
it would be for our losses. I actually hate them.
Yeah, I'll go that.
Don't say that. You need them
Don't say that.
tonight.
Come
Don't.
on.
I
Come
mean,
on,
just
never
lock in,
prove
man.
it.
Just be positive.
I'm locked
like
in.
Me.
I'm locked in.
Don't
Like,
think of all the criminality. Just leave it at the door. You need to put positive. Actually, I don't care what you do. To be fair, I hope you do go out.
some
But
people have said, like, are you not
gotta
like how are you feeling about tonight? Are you nervous? No.
you're not nervous about tonight.
No.
Do you not feel?
It's massive.
I know it's massive, but I feel like
I
I've
feel.
like put this barrier, this shield up because of how much I've been hurt
Protect
by
yourself.
them. And I've got to protect myself
I don't-
against them.
You know
So I
what, right?
automatically go into things. Be it like if you can't have any expectation, you can't be disappointed.
Yeah, but you get.
You know
but
what?
you still get
20
vexed every time.
games, 20 defeats in a season.
register that.
That is insane. Like for a top club, that is like you just like that can't happen. Man.
Times.
I'm on 16.
20.
So
I know
Even
you-
man told me
I
at
was just
the
happy to get a draw against Bournemouth, so it didn't mean
Yeah, you're
another
like
L.
buzzing.
I didn't have to see L.
man
L.
told me like
L,
Tottenham
L,
are going to
L.
lose 20 games. United are going to lose 16 at the start of this season. I'd have thought he's gone mad.
It's not over yet, Rob. Could still be
This
more.
is- this
I
re-
just
this-
would like to. This
what a
season's
crazy
been
season.
so long, and like where we were at the start of the season when we were still all cooking and all, like, do you know how
That
sad,
died a long time ago.
sad it is? We've not even been able to cook each other because we're all so dead.
Some of the receipts, by
Sad.
the way, I've been sent this week.
Food's,
from yourself,
like,
from you,
burnt.
from you.
Burnt
From
food.
See them, yeah.
on Liverpool.
Hold that, yeah.
Innit? The
must
food's
hold.
burnt.
I can't wait for next season that we can start
you
all
can't
over
cook it
again.
no more.
Why not?
Why
not?
Burn.
And Crystal Palace Forest is on Monday, so we'll
Spray
leave that
for
until the non-stick pan.
No, you know in the bottom you
embarrassing.
cook
Yeah.
rice and the bottom.
I did that last night. Sticky
Because
rice.
you know what?
Comes out in a whole thing.
Yeah.
After
coconut cream
the loss to Ipswich and the tractor, no one can cook anymore. Because after that,
Yeah.
Tractor
you've
was
been shit.
unbelievable.
We've been shit.
And I
You weren't even in
think
a title race.
your one, right? 20 within those 20 defeats, losing to Leicester
Big up.
and to Ipswich
At Yard
at
as well.
home.
Yeah, at Yard.
I mean, Big Ange is so lucky this
even
tournament is
we
there.
didn't let that happen.
He's
We
so
said,
lucky
nah.
he's got this Europa League, man. I'm telling you.
Nah, we said, nah.
So yeah, we'll leave the Palace and Forest one till Monday. Don't forget, big up FanFest for today's show. Make sure you click the link below or scan the QR code on the screen now, if it is there. Don't forget, Robbie's live there, 2 p.m. on Monday. You have a good show on Monday, didn't you? After the last one,
I was looking forward to I think I'll just talk about the Premier League.
Yeah. It depends how you get on at the weekend, of course.
It's going to be such a nervous game that is next week, man.
Yeah, it will be.
Aaron,
The whole
last
season.
super chat. He says, "Who is the best player in the world right now?" He thinks Pedri. I'm going for Mohamed Salah.
Yeah,
That's my one.
In the world.
In the world, Mohamed. Yeah.
Rafinha's better than him right now.
Okay.
So
There's an argument for.
I would say
Currently, there's an argument for Dembele as well, isn't it? He's been
on form,
electric
yeah.
as well.
it's between Dembele, Pedri,
Yamal.
Salah's there.
Lamine. Yeah,
Salah's
Salah's
there.
up there.
Top five.
If
Salah's
you,
up
you
there,
go
top
for the
five,
course
yeah.
of the season, it's
Yeah,
Salah.
it's between
Salah.
them.
Off the course of the season.
Rafinha's
Thank
up
you
there as
very
well.
much.
though.
Yeah, course of the
Rafinha's been
season. I'm saying
brilliant this season.
Rafinha.
McAllister's
He's
up
still
there
in
as
all the
well,
big
mate.
trophies and he could do the treble, mate. So
But on numbers alone, it's Salah for this season.
Yeah. Thank you, Abby. And on that note,
Salah's-
we'll end off
Harry
the
Kane?
show.
days off.
Surprised you didn't say Harry Kane. You look at his numbers.
Yeah,
Listen.
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
They're
More
always,
goals than
they're
Salah,
always
isn't it?
unbelievable.
Innit? Stop
though,
this Liverpool thing, man.
I just think
They've
on
got
my
their
own-
thing. Look at his shit t-shirt. Look, just
Shit t-shirt.
Hey.
Right, I'll move that out of the way because
Hey.
someone else
Nibble.
made it in the chat. So I'll say,
Nibble.
shout out
Hey.
to Royal Flush Designs, Block P in Liverpool, every single manager that's won the Prem or the League Championship.
Don't even look
Obviously
like
these lot don't think it counts.
how many? What? Every single manager that's won. Oh
That
right.
don't look like Bill
got
Shankly.
Bill Shanks, Bob Paisley.
That don't look like him.
Joe Fagan, Kenny.
That don't look like Kenny.
Arne Slot.
That don't look like Kenny.
Yeah, it does.
It don't.
Yeah, well,
It
you
don't.
draw it then. Sausage.
That's Kenny.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he don't look like him.
It looks like
It
Kenny.
does.
That don't look like Bill Shankly.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
It don't.
Who's that one?
Get out of
Bad
it, man.
mind-
You haven't even got
bad
six
mind
ones that
t-shirt.
have won it. You know what I
That's
mean?
why I'm bad minding it. You know what I mean?
Fagan.
I'm bad that t-shirt though. You know, you
Joe
that thing.
Fagan.
Arguably, that doesn't
What?
look like Klopp.
That looks like the Klopp lookalike. Actually.
Yeah.
That's actually good. Is does that guy, the person who makes that, is it just Liverpool?
No,
Has
he
it?
does Man United stuff.
Oh, is it?
I'll shout you. I'll
Yeah,
put
yeah.
you on.
Looks
Royal
good.
Flush Designs, big you up.
Looks good, man.
Anyway, that's it. Great show. Smash the like button on the way out. Bonjour. Au revoir.
I see you.
You carry on.
Salut,
Salut.
Nana.
Yeah.
How do you
That's
say?
goodbye.
How do you say goodbye in Norwegian?
We'll look it up.
on
We'll look it
then.
up.
Quickly go to
Goodbye
Au
in
revoir.
Norwegian.
That's it. That's bye.
Yeah,
I
find
see
out
you
for
sit down.
Haddad.
And-
Haddad.
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 Haddad. Haddad. They were dead tonight.
Dead.
I never
You're
got dead.
Yeah, you're
Haddad.
dead team. You're
I
dead
did this
team.
time.
Smile
I
and
don't
wave.
know.
Smile and wave.
Haddad. Goodbye, everyone. Haddad.
Chewing gum.